welcome to the Quality of Life podcast, where we explore how hospice and palliative care may enhance quality of life for patients living with a serious illness. Here's your host, hospice and palliative care leader and educator, Dr. Millicent Burke-Sinclair.
Hello, and welcome to the Quality of Life podcast. I'm here today with Sybil Arnold, Director of Patient and Family Services for Four Seasons. Thank you so much for being here, Sybil.
Hello, thank you for having me here today.
Well, I'm really excited about what we're going to learn from you, and let's start out getting to know you a little more. In addition to your role as director, you are a licensed clinical social worker with a master's degree in social work. Now, I'm sure with all your years of experience with hospice and palliative care, you may have some additional certification to share with us. Could you share a little bit?
Yes. I have worked with patients in hospice and palliative care since 2002 and with Four Seasons since 2005. So my entire career has been in hospice and palliative care. In 2021, I earned my Advanced Palliative and Hospice Social Work certification to enhance my knowledge and skills as a hospice and palliative care social worker to better serve my community and better serve Four Seasons.
Oh, we are so grateful. Thank you for sharing that. At Four Seasons, we provide person-centered care. We not only care for the patient's symptoms and physical needs, but also their emotional and spiritual welfare. Likewise, we seek to support the most involved person, like the caregiver and loved ones. Could you explain what person-centered care is and how our social workers, our grief services team, our spiritual care team, and others come together to take care of those aspects?
Absolutely. So we know an individual is not just an illness, and we know that an illness impacts the individual and those they love in a variety of ways, whether it be physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Hospice takes a holistic view of the person and their unique qualities. Thus, it takes a trained, interdisciplinary team of individuals to meet each person's unique needs. In order to do this successfully, a social worker, spiritual care professionals, and grief services providers are all integral parts of the hospice team. This allows the Four Seasons hospice team to not only care for the medical aspects associated with a serious, life-limiting medical condition, but we can also focus to support a person emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually, in addition to the needs of those who love them. I believe our hospice chaplain summarized this beautifully recently when he said, "Compassion is our compass, and the patient and family is our guide." By putting the patient and those they love at the heart of every decision is key in affording dignity, respect, and compassion, as well as personalized care.
We know that patients and families in hospice care can sometimes be under great stress and may require a skilled social worker to help them navigate, cope, adjust, and plan for the journey ahead. Would you be willing to share some ways that social workers can help both the patient and their loved ones during this season?
Certainly. Hospice social workers are highly trained and skilled professionals who help both the patient and those the patient considers family address many types of social, emotional, and practical challenges as someone nears the end of life. We know that patients and those who love them are often under great stress, and the changes they are all experiencing often magnify tensions and trigger new difficulties. Social workers help process and address these complex and interrelated needs of everyone impacted. Social workers are expert counselors, extremely knowledgeable of community resources, provide training and education, and advocate for each individual. Through active listening and learning what is most important to the person and those who love them, the social worker serves to enhance the social functioning and overall well-being of everyone, matching the services sometimes with the goals of care. In addition to counseling and community resource support, the social worker is also highly skilled in and can assist with a variety of advanced care planning needs to help people understand their care options and how to document said decisions.
Oh, I just love that. That's so important. And, it made me think about a question that's on the topic of some minds Just as social workers help families with emotional support, spiritual counselors can also provide support spiritually. Can you share how our spiritual team serves our patients and provides guidance for their spiritual needs?
Well, spirituality is an essential aspect of many people's life and their experience, and is also a key indicator of one's quality of life, regardless of a person's spiritual preference or belief. For this reason, spiritual care support is available for all patients and their loved ones connected with our hospice services. Research shows spirituality has a profound impact on outcomes related to one's cultivating peace in the midst of a hardship, experiencing acceptance at end of life, or coping with severe health challenges. So during a time of serious illness or crisis, our spiritual care team can often be the connection that makes all of the difference. We also define spirituality as the way an individual with their own particular worldview and context experience connection, comfort, hope, and strength. Hospice chaplains are given specialized training to enable them to function as a spiritual care provider and advisor for all persons and all personal belief systems. They are companions on the journey, allowing each person to guide how their spiritual needs met. So again, a person-centered and person-driven focus to care, because we know each person will have their own unique spiritual needs and an understanding of how those needs are met. Furthermore, we don't attempt to introduce something new or different as far as faiths or rituals or traditions are concerned. Our chaplains will provide a non-judgmental and accepting presence for those who may be trying to make sense of suffering or to explore avenues to discover peace.
That's so important, Sybil, what you said about person-centered and person-focused. That makes me think of a really unique program that's offered here at Four Seasons, our music therapy program. Could you share about music therapy and how transformational that is?
Oh, well, our music therapists are a key member of the interdisciplinary team. They too work to address spiritual, physical, and emotional needs of the hospice patient and those who love them. They aren't just playing music for the patients, but they have specialized training and board certifications that allow them to provide care for the body, mind, and spirit through a musical lens and intervention. Our music therapists and chaplains work closely together on our spiritual care team to provide a multifaceted spiritual care that, again, is tailored to each individual we serve and to seek and understand how each person finds meaning in their lives. They collaborate with the individual to make an impact on the specific area that's most important to them. So again, a very person-centered approach to the need. Music therapy can offer interventions to support patients and their families through songwriting, improvisation, guided imagery, playing instruments, heartbeat recordings, relaxation techniques. There's a variety of interventions and support that our music therapists can provide. It is particularly beneficial for individuals who aren't able to communicate verbally. It can provide an opportunity for connection when other opportunities have been compromised.
That's so important. You know, we have so many mission moments about the power and the impact that music therapy has had on patients, even with their breathing, and the family members with bringing peace. And so I'm really grateful
Absolutely.
that you shared that.
Yeah, they can provide interventions that can be useful in conjunction with the use of medications to manage symptoms when medications may not be in line with their wishes and goals of care, or when medications need to be adjusted. We can use music therapy in conjunction with that.
Oh, that's really tremendous. And it makes me think about our additional efforts, for example, with our veterans program. Could you talk about that? I mean, we just recently were able to honor our 1,000th veteran through a very special pinning with that patient and their family. Could you share a little bit about the program and our services to veterans?
Yes, we are very grateful to have honored over 1,000 veterans since the We Honor Veterans program began in 2014. We Honor Veterans is a special program that honors United States Armed Forces veterans who are nearing the end of their life. This national program was originally founded by the Veterans Administration in conjunction with the Hospice and Palliative Organization, and it is entirely supported by our Four Seasons Foundation. Four Seasons is currently a Level 3 member of the We Honor Veterans program. Through a partnership with the Military Officers Association of America, the program honors veterans receiving hospice care with a special pinning ceremony. During the ceremony, attended by family and friends, a current military officer salutes the patient. The patient is then presented with a certificate, a blanket, and a pen. Often the attendees will share significant stories and memories, and our music therapists will play specially requested music, and sometimes prayers are offered. The ceremonies, again, are custom to the desire of the individual being honored. And at any given time, over 25% of the patients being served by Four Seasons are veterans.
Wow. What an honor. I love that about our services. And, it makes me think about our commitment to also providing tremendous care for the family and caregiver. So one way we do this is by providing grief counseling services. Could you talk about that? Because that's also under your scope of leadership.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
For those served under hospice care, the loved ones or the primary caregiver of the individual will receive routine contact by our Four Seasons Grief Services team for 13 months following the loss of the individual that they loved. In addition to these routine contacts, there are individual and group counseling sessions that are offered throughout the region at any given time. These services are provided both in person and virtually. Additionally, despite one's connection with Four Seasons, our grief services team is here to support anyone impacted by and who needs support with coping and adjusting following the death of someone they love.
Thank you for sharing that. I think that's so important. It continues to further our mission of co-creating the care experience in so many ways, and our community deserves the best access to care. As we close our time together today, I certainly don't want to miss another very important program, and it's our often referred to as our Compass program. This program is unique because it's for children and adolescents, helping them to cope with the loss of someone they loved. Could you share further?
Absolutely. This program is so exciting. Yes. The Compass program offers help to grieving children and teens who are surviving a loss or dealing with the anticipated death of a loved one. Compass provides education about children's grief processes and experiences while offering support through individual and group counseling sessions, different workshops, and other events. Through the Compass program, children learn about grief and develop strategies that help them work through the process. Our grief coordinators will also work with their parents and legal guardians and other caregivers to help them build confidence in supporting each child during this difficult time. All grieving children and adolescents anywhere in the 13 counties we serve are welcome to attend a grief support group after initial contact with one of our grief coordinators, regardless of their connection to hospice or the ability to pay.
One thing I'm so grateful about what you just shared is it really connects our whole conversation around the importance of emotional and spiritual support. And it makes me think, for listeners, one word that comes to my mind is comfort. We want to make sure that patients and their loved ones know that they will be comforted and feel comfort when they reach out to Four Seasons. So for more information about hospice care, grief services, or any of our other services, please visit fourseasonscare.org or call us at 1-866-466-9734. Thank you so much, Sybil, for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I thoroughly enjoyed this discussion.
Oh, wonderful.
The Quality of Life podcast is produced by Four Seasons, the care you trust, providing award-winning quality hospice and palliative care to Western North Carolina. For more information, visit fourseasonscare.org or call 866-466-9734.